Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of the Nobody Asked for This podcast in about 500 years. I'm not sure when the last time I did an episode was. I think it was it like a month or so ago? You know what? Let's check. Let's go onto iTunes and see. Nobody asked. Thank goodness no one asked for this, because if not, people could be really upset with me that I just sort of disappeared. Now, if you're a long-time listener of the show, which not many people are. Okay, my last post was October 2nd. Okay, so it's been almost 2 months. Yikes. Time flies. If you're a long-time listener of this podcast, you know I took a lot of pride in the consistency in which I posted, especially for something that, quite frankly, nobody asked for. So apologies that I kind of disappeared. Now, I could do the whole, explain where I was, give you my whole sob story. You know what? I'm gonna be mysterious. Maybe I was, maybe I was filming Amazing Race. I wasn't, but maybe. Maybe I was, overseas. I love using that, I'm going to be overseas. I'm not overseas enough to have that really be, a viable option. Because here's the thing. I've once told someone that I was overseas and then bumped into them, at the grocery store, which was clearly under the sea, or whatever the opposite of that is. And that was awkward. So I don't recommend doing that. But yes, doing well. I hope you all are well as well. Since I've last spoken to you all, we've gone through the entire month of October, how was October? We had Halloween. We had, I think that's it. We are coming up on the holiday. Are we in the holiday season? I feel like we're in the holiday season. I think we can say the season has started. Now, being in Canada, I know with Thanksgiving being, actually when you're hearing this, it's the day of Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving to all who celebrate. I know Thanksgiving is the history is really messed up, so I'm not condoning that part. I just know it's a holiday people celebrate. So there's that. It's very much like when we talk about the royal family, not condoning anything, just saying that it's a thing. But I don't know, being a Canadian, not to reveal my identity, but our Thanksgiving is in October. So I don't actually know, when does that start the holiday season? Does Halloween start the holiday season? I'm not sure. Now, I do have to say, I wasn't as active in the Halloween going experience as I wanted to be. I did not watch as many scary movies. I did watch a few. I didn't watch as many as I wanted to. And I also haven't watched as many Christmas movies as I have wanted to. So I gotta get on that. I have about a month. We're a month till Boxing Day, when it's all gonna be over. Is there a sadder day on the planet, at least for people who celebrate Christmas, than Boxing Day? When you just see everything go up in a box. I don't even have my Christmas tree up yet, and I'm sad that it's coming down soon. Actually, that's a lie. I've had a mini Christmas tree in my room. I'm pretty sure I had it up all year. I might have took it down for 3 months in the middle there. But it's been up for pretty much the year. Which, speaking of the year, we are almost at the end of 2025. Which I'm not going to be like everyone else and say, the year has just flown by so fast. But between me and you, the year has just flown by so fast. I don't know how we are staring down the barrel of 2026. How does that make sense? And more importantly, I'm starting to freak out and panic because if anyone listened to my New Year's resolution episode in January, my New Year's resolution was to make a yogurt bowl from scratch, meaning making my own yogurt, making my own granola, making my own peanut butter. That hasn't happened yet. I haven't made any progress on that. I'm feeling good about the prospect. I actually bought a blender in July on Amazon. I believe it was on Prime Day. And I'm whispering because, speaking of things we don't condone, but here's the thing. It's just it's too convenient. It's too convenient. If there was a possibility for there to be like an ethical Amazon, like I'm all the way there. Someone let me know. But in the meantime, like you can order something at 11 p.m. and it is on your door by 4:30 in the morning. I couldn't even go to the store between the hours of 11 and 4:30. Now, I would if I could, but they're closed. So, in the time that, the doors of Walmart have been locked, you're able to order and pick up. Like, and it's all there. Which, speaking of ordering and peanut butter, oh wait, let me finish the thought first. That's going to be my New Year's resolution, is like finish your sentences. I bought a blender that I have not opened, intending to make smoothies. Long story. But I think it's also like, it's called like a nutrient extractor. I don't know what that means, but it sounds like it could almost maybe kind of sort of make a peanut butter. It would have to be a pretty crunchy peanut butter because I don't think it's like to the level of a food processor, and those are expensive, and I'm not spending, that type of money on a New Year's resolution that I'm going to, do probably at 11:58 p.m. on New Year's Eve just to, check it off the list. But I'm feeling confident that I could do it. Now, the making of the yogurt might be an issue. I wouldn't even know where to start. I'm sure I've Googled it before. In fact, I'm sure I've Googled it on this very podcast. So I think what we should all do, finish listening to this episode, first and foremost, and then go back and listen to my January episode. I don't know which one that is. I could lie to you and say I would put a link to it. I don't know how to do that. Update. I've talked about before my phone issues. I've cracked my phone again. For a little recap, I dropped my phone pretty badly in October of 2023. And it had like a green line going down the center till about July of 2024. And I lived for probably 6 months with a clear screen, meaning no infractions, no fractures, no glass going in my thumbs from just even touching the screen. And then I want to say like in January this year, I cracked it again, and I've just been like dropping it to the point where I don't even have a case on it anymore, because it's to the point where I drop it so often that like the cases are breaking and it's just not worth it. Like it was becoming a waste of money on cases. Now, the phone still works perfectly fine. So the people at Apple, talk about corrupt, but the people at Apple, they know how to make a good phone. And I don't really, I can't justify getting a new one yet, because other than the fact that I kind of have to like close one eye to kind of, because it's so cracked, like I can't really see like one side of my screen. It's a long story. There's no green line, and I feel like if I could put up with the green line for 9 months or whatever the math on that timeline is, I could put up with a cracked screen, and you just get used to it. And it's not like I think for a while like I did everything on my phone. Now I'm like, get this thing away from me. I don't want to spend more time on my phone. I don't have the TikTok app. I never did. I will watch a YouTube short from time to time. Obviously, have to listen to my Nobody Asked for This podcast every week, especially now that it's returned. which I hope for this to be a permanent thing. You know, maybe I might miss a couple weeks here and there, but so like I don't want to like announce that I'm back. I'm just here today, and then hopefully wish to be here in the subsequent weeks, especially during the holidays. You know, we got to talk about all the things. But my phone is cracked and I don't know what to do. That will be the title. I've missed thinking of titles. My phone is cracked and I don't know what to do. Ain't that the truth? I'm really glad that like that's the one I'm coming back on. I also, like, just to keep it 100% real, like, I love the idea that I'm like, the internet is waiting, people are watching for my return, and then like I'm gonna post this and it's gonna get 0 views. Like, I was already in the low viewer count. This will get 0 views, and that's kind of perfect. That's kind of all I want. Like, that's like the second thing I want. The first thing that I want is like obviously like 1 million views, fame and fortune. You know, I'm not doing this for the fun of it. Just kidding, I am. But yeah. So I guess really the only, now that I think about it, the only big thing we missed was Halloween, which I, for the first time in a few years, was able to hand out candy, which was really fun. It wasn't as many kids as there normally is, because it was pouring rain. And there was a moment where, like, there's, like, steps up to my front door. And in the interest of not getting sued, but also the interest of not being the house that, like, shuts their doors after 5 minutes and, you know, turns off the light and pretends we're not home, I said, how do I problem solve this? And I sat in the rain for a good 15 minutes on a chair with my tea. I had a towel, some sort of blanket, all my layers, and a bowl of candy that I gave out, again, in the rain, because I was like, Halloween is happening at this house. I'm not getting sued because someone, you know, accidentally took a slip and fall walking up the stairs. So I understand that plan A can't happen, of people walking up to the door. So I will come to them. I'm a man for the people. It's just how it goes. I didn't choose this life. I kind of did, but like it was destiny, you know? So I'm really glad that I got to kind of fulfill my role in that way. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to recording more episodes. Again, sort of bear with me. They might be a little sporadic. If anyone did actually notice that I was gone and that affected them, thank you for listening, truly. Although it's very possible that no one noticed, because, again, no one asked for this, so that's fine as well. But yeah, let's finish this year out strong. Let's hope that I make that peanut butter, which, speaking of peanut butter, I'm not, one thing that hasn't changed about me in my hiatus is I have not let go of the peanut butter obsession or the granola. I have had boxes and boxes of granola and peanut butter delivered to my house via early Black Friday deals, which they're not like they used to be. It used to be like door crasher, like people were like, you know, attacking others in the middle of the store to get the deals, or like this like a plasma flat screen TV for $5. It's not like that anymore. And I don't want the violence part of that, but I would like the $5 plasma screen TV. So if anyone works in the Black Friday industry, can you just let me know, like can we go back to that? Again, without the violence. Like, I think let's tame ourselves. Or just do it online. That'll fix it. Online shopping has solved the like physical fights that break out, but then it also for some reason took away the deals. Like, I'm on to you, all of these websites that, you know, in the weeks leading up to these big sales, just hike their prices up 30% just to drop them down and tell you that something being, $29.99 as opposed to $32 is like a big deal. Big deal is right. Big nothing. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for bearing with me. If you like what you heard, you can go to podcastnobodyaskforthis.podbean.com. Listen to everything on there. We're also on Apple, Spotify, I'm sure somewhere else. And yeah, thank you for listening. I will talk to you next week. Goodbye.